What's up, guys? This is Adam Facenda, your host on Anchors and Eagles, and today I want to talk a little bit about rambling on. Just kidding.
Anchors and Eagles brings listeners into the studio with host Adam Facenda, a tattoo artist turned story chaser. And now, on to the show.
Last couple of podcasts I've done, I've just rambled on and had no direction. It's hard. It's hard when I have a million things going on in my mind. And I'm sure you guys have the same scenario too. Your kids or business, or you got to go to work, or you don't like your job, or any of those things. And I've been a huge advocate of saying to people and knowing in myself in my heart that only you can change these things. There's no one that will walk in and just, wiggle a wand and boom, your life is great. You have to put the work in. I've been trying to do these podcasts. I look back when I first opened up my account with Buzzsprout, and it was literally a year ago that I made my first few podcasts. And this is all I've wanted to do for a while. I had a lot to say last year. I mean, I think I always have a lot to say, but I had like some real drive and real direction where I wanted to go, and then boom, my life blew up. And I'm not here to complain about what happened in my life or anything like that. I mean, I could go on just like anybody else. But even in those moments, I was in my own way. I wasn't focused on the things that I needed to focus on. And I thought that focusing on my business was the thing I needed to do the most years ago. And then I need to focus on, going to the gym. I need to focus on this relationship. I need to focus on making money for us. I never once did ever focus on my mental health. And you've heard me say in previous podcasts, like, I like to stay busy. And I think the reason why I like to stay busy the most is because it distracts me from having to do the things I need to do the most. Now, finding balance is a true thing, right? Only you can find balance. And I feel it's taken me this amount of time in my life to really dial into somewhat of balance. Sometimes I try to set things per day. Like, this day I'm going to work on drawing. This day I'm going to work on podcasting. This day I'm going to work on my relationship with God. And this day and now I found myself to give myself some grace. First off, I'm going to continue to my relationship with God first. I know you guys probably don't want to hear about God on any of these podcasts, but when you look at my life in the past and you look at who I am now, I must say I'm rolling up on about a year of going to church, and my church is unlike others. I really like my church. I even had doubts about who ran my church in the beginning. Sorry, Pastor David. But, I had my own opinions of it, and I never stepped foot in the church. So if you have opinions on God or church or anything like that, I ask you to open your mind a little bit. It's, for me, the relationship with God and reading the Bible has been life-changing. There's so many people, everybody in the world has always said, oh, man, I wish there was a cheat code. I wish there was a book that gave you all the answers to life. Like, they make books about you bringing babies home, but they never make books about how to live your life. And then literally, I just read through Proverbs and the Bible, and man, you guys have no clue of all the cliche things we say that are in Proverbs. It's insane. It's insane. Like work ethic, stuff like that. It's all in there. About lying, about business. There's so much stuff in Proverbs. It's insane. But I don't want to make this podcast about God or religion. I don't want to scare you guys all off. Since I've been talking to my Creator and reading the Bible and learning about these stories in the Bible, from the Old Testament to the New Testament, it's been eye-opening and pretty crazy. It's literally given me a chance to forgive myself about things that I did in the past. It's done so much. And so now I've created a little bit more of a balance to myself, I start my day, blessed to be alive, blessed to have the animals that I wake up with, blessed to go outside and breathe air, whether it's raining, hot as can be, cold, it doesn't matter to me. It's all beautiful to me. It's something that is an experience, and life is about experiencing things, and being stuck in depression isn't where we need to be. We need to be experiencing life and the ability to even have the chance to create whatever we want. And I know a lot of you might be saying, like, if you're in a negative space, that works for you, but it doesn't work for me. Well, it works for everybody. You just got to get out of your own way, The only one holding you back is you. I'll say it a million times. The only one holding you back is you. And then you find out it's free will. So if you're holding yourself back, You have no one to blame but yourself. Sure, you can blame your boss. Oh, he doesn't give me a raise. Oh, he doesn't understand me. He doesn't this or she doesn't that. She's such a jerk to me. Or, she doesn't get it because she makes more money than me or she owns this place. Listen, you don't think those people went through these same feelings you've gone through? We're all human. None of us are superior to the other. It's how we approach our lives and how we do for ourselves and who takes care of yourself better than you. It should only be you. My mom raised me to never depend on another person. That was because she depended on my father and she depended on another man and it let her down. And I'm not saying don't depend on your partner. What I am saying is my mom raised me to be as independent as possible. And guess what? I'm attracted to people that are independent. My mom wanted me to be shielded from all the crap that's out there. But I had to make the choice whether or not I wanted to live the path that she wanted me to live or my father wanted me to live. I had to make these decisions. It was on me. And I learned at a very young age that the only one was stopping me was me. My father used to say, you can't play in bands. You can't make money doing that. Nope, that. My father used to say, there's no money being made in tattooing. You'll be nothing. I don't want you to learn how to tattoo. Well, if you know who I am, tattooing has done me really well. I've helped a lot of people out. Imagine if I would have listened to my father or my mother or some negative thought in my head. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna tell you what would have happened. If I listened to my mother and my father, I probably have a really safe job, had a mediocre life, had more regret, more depression than I have now. And I wouldn't have experienced so much of life. And there are so many stories that I hope when I interview some of my friends that you guys get to hear about where I've come from, who I was, where I was, things I did. But if I would have listened to those parents back then, I don't think I would have become the person I am. I don't think I would be able to navigate through life the way I do. Actually, no, I wouldn't be able to navigate through life the way I do. And depression's about a lot of chemicals too, so I'm in an up right now. And if you looked at my financial statements right now, you would say there's no reason to be up, my friend. But that's a matter of opinion because I'm choosing to stay up. I'm choosing to not drink. I'm choosing to go out and smile. I'm choosing to do these things. And you can do the same thing. If you're upset at life, man, you think life's beat you up, it can get so much worse. It can get so much worse. I was at the beach the other day and I watched a little kid and I think he was like a couple months old. I mean, probably more than that. He was walking around. So I don't know. I'm terrible about age. So let's say he's 2 years old and he's walking around the beach and he's with his mom and something happened. He's just crying his head off. And my instinct, I just said it right out loud. It gets worse. A little bit of sand in your food. It gets a lot worse, buddy. This is nothing to cry about. So you can look at your life and say everything's going wrong. I suggest you start looking to where it could go right. What can you do to make it go right? You can make these decisions. You can make this happen. Life is short, right? We all say it. Your life can change in a minute. There's 60 minutes in every hour. There's 24 hours in a day. You might have to work for 8 of those hours. What's that? Oh, this is terrible math right now. 560 minutes? So that's 560 times something could change in your life in a minute. Why are you so worried about the minutes that you're sitting in right now? I'll tell you why. Because it's so easy to stay negative. It's so easy to be the woe is me. It takes no effort to sit in the woe is me. Life is no good. Man, nothing ever goes right for me. It takes no effort in that whatsoever. So when I'm saying that I'm taking care of a million things or I'm doing a million things and I'm feeling better, it's not necessarily because I'm trying to distract myself from my depression or distract myself from the crap that is going on in life. What I'm doing is I'm moving forward. I'm not sitting in this dark place. I'm not saying woe is me. And I'm also not saying I don't have some sad moments. When my energy is low, I have sad moments. When I have nothing to do and I'm freaking out because I can't move forward, I get depressed. And that just hit me just now. So if you're sitting in this environment of being depressed and never knowing how to get out of a scenario, man, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. If you're hearing my voice, you can just hit me up on Instagram. We can talk, and I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. Even if you're a person that doesn't even know me, go find me on Instagram. Go to Anchors and Eagles and shoot me a DM. Let me know what's going on in your life, man. Like, it could always be worse. Like the little kid on the beach, it could always be worse. It's going to get harder and harder. And I believe we're given all the opportunities in the world to push through it, learn from a scenario or situation, and grow from it. And the ones that are just giving up and sitting in it, you'll never grow. And why would you grow? The one thing I loved about getting into the tattoo industry was the fact that it never tops out. It's all on you. Do you want to be the best at this? Do you want to be the best at that? Do you want to learn this? Do you want to learn that? I don't want to get stuck in one little box. And maybe I am very fortunate, right? Maybe you're saying, well, that's you, Adam. You're lucky. You became a tattooer. You're lucky because you got yourself in that scenario or you lucked into that spot. I didn't luck into shit. I had two parents telling me there's no way to be a tattooer. I had a dad that was a phenomenal artist that I was afraid to even draw around. I listened to them. I listened to them till I was like 23, 22, and then I just stopped because I knew it was my life, just like this is your life. And I don't care what age you're at. You can be 50 years old, you could be 60 years old, you could be 70 years old, you can be 20 years old. I don't care what age you're at that you're listening to this. Right now, you can make the decision that I'm not going to take this shit anymore. I'm going to start doing things for me in a healthy way. I'm not going to hurt people around me, but I'm going to start taking charge of my life because the only one that can help me is me. I'll go back to the God thing. Without my creator, I wouldn't even have the free will to do this. And sometimes when I think that I'm at my darkest, I know that I'm not alone. And that might sound really foreign to you guys, but if something created me and someone loved me once, then I can love myself. And that's been one of the hardest things that I've learned how to do, and I'm still learning it to this day. But free will is a thing, and that doesn't mean, well, you have the free will to go and rob a bank or you have free will to do something negative. It goes back to what I'm saying. You are the only one that is holding yourself back. So why are you doing it? Well, because my girlfriend said I'm a dumbass if I do this, or, like my boss says I can't take this day off to do something special for myself because, it could change my life. Fucking do it, man. If you're worried about losing your job, go find another job. I used to say to this all the time. When I was working somewhere, I would say, I was looking for a job when I found this one. Let me unpack that. When I found this job, I was looking for one. So that means I can look for another one and get another job. If you're not happy in your job, go find a new one. You might have to take a couple dollars less to find something that makes you really happy, but I guarantee if you're a family person, your significant other will understand because they want a happier person to be around. If you're a single person with no responsibility, I don't know what the heck's holding you back. Fear? Fear? Who put that fear in you? Your parents? Some dark thought in your head that you might fail? I've failed so many times in life. No one sees the failure. They only look at you as a winner. And I don't care who they are, right? Think about Instagram. Everyone's just out there smiling and being pretty and stuff like that. And they're only showing you the best side of themselves. But then they put that phone down and they filter the shit out of it. And they clip the good parts out and they take out all the bad parts. That's not life. Life comes with bad parts. But those bad parts let you appreciate the good parts. I guess my message today, I'm going to stick on message here, is just know the only one that's holding you back is you. If you're going through some depression, talk to somebody, talk to a therapist. I've suggested in the past to talk to ChatGPT. I'm not a fan of it anymore. In my last podcast, you'd probably know why. And if you don't know why, you can go listen to it. But talk to a friend. You know what's crazy? I don't care how old you are. Talk to your best friend from your childhood. Call them up. If they're still with us, call them up and be like, hey, man, what's going on? And I guarantee both of you will have a similar timeline of what's going on in your life. And one of you could probably pick the other one up. And just having that conversation with that best friend from back in the day could change your perspective of what your life could look like. Because remember, when we're younger, you're never going to make it to 30. You're never going to make it to 25. Whatever age you were at when you thought, I'll never make it to this age. But you know what? You didn't have all this worry, all this depression. Everything was everything was exciting. Everything was new. Something new coming along. I'll tell you this, having direction in your life will lead you away from depression. Think about that. If my destination is over here on my left and I'm starting over here on my right, and my destination's on my left and my right hand is actually depression, and I'm trying to move it over to my left, which is something positive, something better in my life. That's what you need to focus on. You're not going to sit there and keep thinking about your right hand. You're going to be thinking about your left hand. Just think about your left hand. I want to go forward. I want to move away from this negativity. I want to move away from this darkness. I want to move away from all this crap that I think about all the time. I want to move away from this regret. Staying busy doesn't mean I'm just staying busy. That's one thing. Stay busy with direction. And that's all I got for today, guys. Thank you so much for listening to Anchors and Eagles. I hope this one didn't get too weird for you. If you believe in God, I love you. If you don't believe in God, I love you and I pray for you as well. This is who I am. And I never thought I'd be this person. That's for sure. Guys, please give me a follow on Anchors and Eagles on Instagram. Please subscribe. Please like so I can continue to make these. I love you all and take care.